Welcome, everyone. We are three SNAP educators from New York State, and we thought it would be a fun exercise since most of us are in our homes and we are looking to our pantries for a lot of staples that we can use for daily meals. Thought it'd be fun to kind of take a peek into what is in our pantry. And this week's theme will be whole grains. So we specifically are looking at our pantries for some whole grains that we can turn into a meal. But first, Jason is going to tell us why we want to have whole grains in our pantry and in our diets.
Wonderful. Thank you, Laura. So I have my all-time favorite whole grain right here. These are oats. These are one kind of whole grains that we can find. Some other ones are rice. We have wheat. We have corn, lots of other ones as well. The reason why we really want whole grains in our diet is because they give us lots of energy. Obviously, I'm able to talk really, really fast because I have energy, which means I had my whole grains this morning. They also give us fiber, which helps our body stay maintained. So there are two ways that I want to make sure that my grain right here is a whole grain. The very first thing that I want to do is check out that dietary fiber. I want about 2, maybe 3 grams of fiber per serving. And then the very last thing, I want to check out my ingredients. So that very first ingredient on our ingredients list should say whole grain something. So Jess, over to you.
All right, so we're going to take a look in my pantry. I've got a few things. I'll show you what I have. So with the topic of the week being whole grains, I looked in my pantry and I realized that I have a lot of whole grains in here. Just to pull a few, the first ones I have are brown rice and then a brown rice and quinoa mix. So these are more of the instant ones. But you can also get the non-instant brown rice, the ones that take a little longer. These ones are just convenient for me right now. A couple other things I have are I have a whole wheat pasta. This one is orzo. And then like Jason, I also have oats, and then I also have a whole wheat pancake mix, a couple of different breakfast options. And then a couple other things I have whole wheat tortillas, and like Jason said, how I know these are whole grain is I go to the ingredients list and the first ingredient is whole wheat flour. And then I also have whole grain breakfast sandwich thins.
Wow, you are prepared.
That is my pantry.
All right, well, I don't have as much as Jess. I am not as prepared as she is to be in quarantine, but not to duplicate anything, I'll pick out some of the stuff I found. So I have a cornmeal mix that I can make either corn muffins or cornbread from. I found some farro in my pantry. This is just a whole grain that you can boil like rice or pasta, and you can add it to really any dish. I like having like a green salad with some cold farro in there with some salad dressing on it. And then I also have some brown rice. So we'll have Jason share what he has discovered in his pantry, and then I'm going to introduce our challenge for the week.
Well, let me put my oats back. This is all I have here, pretty much the same that everybody else has. I have some brown rice right here. I have some brown rice pasta because my stomach does not tolerate wheat very well. I have my oats. And although they're not whole grains, we do have beans up here that do have a lot of fiber in them. So I'll have something to do with those this week.
That's great. All right, so the challenge, educators, is to take the day and we're going to try and think of something that we can make just using one of our whole grain pantry items and whatever we may have in our refrigerators right now, which I don't have a lot of fresh ingredients. So I think I'm going to have to get pretty creative, but we're going to make a meal and a recipe and we'll meet back together. Does that sound good? And we'll share what we were able to create and after we've gotten creative with our ingredients. All right. Who's up for the challenge?
I've already accepted the challenge, Jess. I'm waiting on you.